Beloved, there is something unseen yet unmistakable about the lives of those who belong to God. Scripture calls it an aroma. To some, it carries life, peace, and hope. To others, it gently stirs the heart and calls it awake. As 2 Corinthians 2:15 says, "For we are to God the aroma of Christ, not a symbol, not an idea, but a real presence that can be felt." From the beginning, God has spoken in ways that reach deeper than words. In the tabernacle, incense rose daily before the Lord, carrying the prayers of his people, a fragrance that filled the holy place. Scripture reminds us, "May my prayer be set before you like incense." Psalm 141:2. And when the prodigal son returned home, broken and empty, the father welcomed him with open arms, restoring him and filling the house with joy. One step toward grace, and everything changed. This truth is still alive today. In quiet struggles and unseen moments, God is near. He receives open hearts and gently fills empty spaces with his presence, reminding you that your life still carries his fragrance. Heaven is attentive to what a life releases, even when no one else notices. There is an unseen awareness in the spiritual realm, a sensitivity not to noise or appearance but to essence. And in this season, there is a quiet company of people on the earth whose inner atmosphere has shifted. They are not marked by titles or visibility. They are recognized by what they carry, and what they carry is not accidental. It has been formed over time, shaped through pressure, obedience, and grace. You may not feel remarkable. You may still see yourself as ordinary, unfinished, or even unsure. But heaven does not rely on your self-assessment. It responds to what rises from your life. Scripture reminds us in Proverbs 27:9 that the sweetness of a friend comes from earnest counsel. Depth produces its own signal, and depth is often born where comfort ends. Think about how the human body works. Before logic catches up, instinct already knows. A familiar scent can calm you without explanation. An unfamiliar one can make you alert before you understand why memory, emotion, and scent are woven together. In the same way, your inner life carries a record. Your spirit remembers the nights you endured, the choices you made quietly, the prayers you whispered when words felt thin. None of that disappears. It becomes part of what you carry forward. There was a stretch of your life when God was doing more than responding to requests. He was shaping your inner framework. James 1:3 speaks of faith being tested to produce endurance. But endurance is not loud. It grows slowly. You sat with questions that did not resolve neatly. You faced disappointment that lingered longer than you expected. Over time, you stopped defending habits that were draining your peace. You learned to let go, not because it was easy, but because it was necessary. When you look back, you may see fatigue. God sees formation. Where there was once fear-driven urgency, there is now discernment. Where there was once the need to be affirmed, there is now quiet steadiness. You may not call it courage, but heaven does. Ecclesiastes 3:11 tells us that God makes everything beautiful in its time. Even when we cannot see the full picture yet, that beauty carries its own presence. And that presence moves ahead of you. You may notice it in small ways. Conversations shift. Some people seem more thoughtful around you. Others become uneasy without knowing why. In everyday places, ordinary moments, you sense reactions that feel disproportionate to the situation. This is not imagination. Your life no longer carries the signal of someone easily overridden or ignored. There is evidence on you now of someone who has survived with integrity intact. People do not need spiritual language to sense spiritual reality. Their inner world recognizes that you have stood in places that required honesty. You have endured seasons that refined you. Scripture says in 1 Peter 1:7 that faith, once tested, is more valuable than gold. That kind of faith leaves a trace. It does not announce itself, but it is felt. This is where the contrast appears. Those with open hearts often feel safe around you. They sense permission to be real. They do not feel pressure to impress or exaggerate. Even silence feels supportive. But those who rely on image or control experience the opposite. Your presence disrupts pretense, not because you confront them, but because truth does not need to argue to be known. Light simply reveals what is already there, as Matthew 5:16 reminds us. And hear this clearly: God is not scrutinizing you in this season. He is affirming what He has done in you. He remembers the moments you never shared. He saw the decisions made with uncertainty and resolve. He knows how many times you chose growth over familiarity. Heaven is not confused about your identity. So when others respond with distance or discomfort, do not interpret that as failure. You are not wrong for changing. You are not difficult. You are simply no longer shaped by the need to be accepted at any cost. Ephesians 52 speaks of a life lived in love as a pleasing offering. That is what your life has become. Your inner atmosphere has shifted, not from striving to superiority, but from desperation to devotion. And heaven recognizes it. There was a time when your heart leaned outward, when your deepest needs sounded like a quiet plea for approval. You learned how to adjust yourself, how to stay agreeable, how to belong at almost any cost. Being liked felt safer than being honest. Being surrounded felt better than being alone. But somewhere along the road, something shifted. Not loudly, not all at once. The prayer changed shape. It became less about being chosen by people and more about being aligned with God. Lord, teach me how to live in a way that pleases you, even if it means standing apart, even if it means losing what once felt familiar. That kind of inner change does not pass unnoticed, even when no one can explain it, even when words never form. Something deeper has already recognized it. People sense it before they understand it. There is a steadiness about you now, a depth that did not exist before. Something in you has lived through pressure and emerged different. Your life no longer agrees with the old patterns that once defined you, and others register that shift instinctively. Their reactions are not random or dramatic. They are evidence that, in God's sight, your life now carries a different presence. What rests on you is not symbolic or passive. It is active, working quietly in every space you enter. Scripture tells us in 2 Corinthians 3:18 that we are being transformed from one degree of glory to another. Transformation leaves traces. It alters how you respond, what you tolerate, and what